Hello third graders, welcome back to Math with Naz. Today we are going to do a math project. We are going to be making some fraction strips that you will save and they will help you as you do your math throughout this module. What you're going to need is a piece of paper. I have some computer paper, but any kind of paper will work. Construction paper or even a piece of paper from your notebook's fine. You'll need a pencil. I'm also going to use some colors, some markers to help for you to see it at home. You're welcome to use markers or crayons if you prefer. And you'll need a pair of scissors if you have them. Now, don't worry if you don't have scissors. I'll teach you how to cut paper without scissors. Okay, third graders, so we are going to make some fraction strips. And in order to do that, you're going to need 4 thin pieces of paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my one piece of paper and I'm going to fold it or partition it in half. That means I will have 2 pieces, 2 equal sides. Now, I folded it, did you see, like a hot dog. I did not fold it like a hamburger. That means I folded it on the long edge. If you have scissors, you can go ahead and cut that right in half. If you don't have scissors, what I want you to do is fold it and then crease it really hard. I'm going to use my nail. I'm going to crease, 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 crease. Then I'm going to take the paper and flip it over. Like that. I'm going to fold it again, and then I'm going to take that same nail and I'm going to crease, 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 crease. Real hard until I have a really stiff crease. Now, it's going to be easy to tear. If you want to make it even easier, fold it and crease it again. Good. And now, very slowly and very carefully, you're going to take the paper and you're just going to rip it apart. If you rip too fast, you're going to end up with a mess. So just rip it, not too fast. Awesome. Now you have 2 pieces of paper that are the exact same size. Awesome. You're going to do it again. You're going to take your paper and you're going to fold it just like a hot dog. That means on the long edge until your 2 edges line up, and then you're going to crease it again so that you'll have 2 pieces, 2 long pieces that are the same size. If you don't have scissors, do that trick I just taught you. If you do have scissors, cut along the crease. Now you have, these 2 are the same size, and you're going to do the same thing with this one. Awesome. Here we go. Crease it and cut it. So you will end up at the end with 4 strips of paper, all the same size. And these are going to turn into your fraction strips. So now you have 4 strips, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to make a half. So take your first piece of paper and fold it in half. You have 2 halves that are exactly the same size. So all you have to do is label these. Remember that we write fractions by putting the number of parts total on the bottom. There's 1 part, 2 parts. So I'm going to label them both with a 2. That's how many parts are total in the whole. And I'm going to label the top with a 1 because they are both 1/2. Go ahead and do that if you haven't already. Okay, third graders, this fraction strip is now partitioned into 2 halves, 1/2 and another half. I'm going to show you how to turn halves into fourths. So take your paper that you folded in half and fold it in half again. Bring the corners up to the edge in a crease and fold it, just like that. So now if I unfold this on the one side, I'll have where I wrote my halves, but on the other side, I'll have blanks. But look, they are 1, 2, 3, 4 parts along the creases. I now have fourths. So I'm gonna label this one in fourths. 1/4, and another 1/4, and another 1/4, and another 1/4. And all together, I have 4 1/4. 4 1/4 equals 1 whole. 2 1/2 equal 1 whole. And this is a fraction strip that can help you remember how many fourths are in 1 whole and how many halves are in 1 whole. Now you're going to take that second piece of paper that you folded, and this time we're going to fold this into thirds. Thirds are a little bit more tricky than fourths. What you want to do is you want to fold it over one time and another, and bring this third until they're all, just play with it until they're all about the same size, which is right about here. Now, this certainly is not perfect. What I did, I'm just gonna repeat that. I brought one edge kind of like, a third of the way. So not all the way in half. I'm just gonna fold it until I get 3 parts. So if you bring them both where they hit, and this can't go any further, that is where you would fold it. Now, check it out. It's not completely perfect. That's okay. This is just to help you remember how many thirds are in a whole. So I now have 1 crease and another crease. That's 2 creases, makes 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. And I'm gonna label those. To label 1/3, that's 1 part out of 3 possible parts. I'm going to write 1/3 on all of these. Do that also. Oh, third graders, I forgot to say, if at any point I'm going too fast, that's okay. Just pause the video until you catch up. Okay, third graders, now I'm gonna take my paper and I'm gonna fold it along those creases again. And then I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna fold it right in half. So that means I'm gonna bring this side up to meet this side, just in half. Now, look what I did. If you take a look at this side, I now have a lot more creases. I have 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts, 5 parts, and 6 parts. I've now made 1/6. So if I would write that with 1 part over 6, because there's 6 parts total in the whole, and this is one of them. And then I'm gonna write that in each box. 1/6, 1/6, that's 3/6. 1 more 6, that's 4/6. 1 more 6 is 5/6. And 1 more is 6/6. I now have 6/6 or 1 whole, and I've labeled all of them 1/6. So you should have fraction strips measuring 1/2 and 1/4 on one strip, and 1/3 and 1/6 on the other side. Go ahead and put these in. You're going to use these for your activity today, but then put them in a safe spot because you're going to need them again. Oh, but we are going to write them in word form. So 1/2, we're going to write that as 1/2. And you spell half, H-A-L-F. Go ahead and label your 1/2 as 1/2. Awesome. Now turn it over and we're going to label one of the fourths as 1/4. So 1, and you spell fourth, F-O-U-R-T-H, 1/4. Go ahead and write that on the back. So on one side it should say 1/2, and on the other side it should say 1/4. Pause the video if you need more time. Excellent. Now we're going to label the 1/3, and you write that as 1/3 is THIRD, 1/3. Go ahead and pause the video until you have written 1/3 in word form, and then turn it over and write 1/6 in one of the boxes. It's 1 SIXTH, 1/6. Cool. Go ahead and pause the video until you write 1/6. Great. Now what I was saying is put these fraction strips somewhere where you won't lose them. Maybe you still have that bag that I brought you at the beginning of the year that you can hold your stuff in, or maybe you have somewhere else that you're storing your stuff, but put these in a safe place. Save these 2 blank ones. You might need those for something else later in the unit, but you're definitely going to want these. All right, third graders, thanks so much for making fraction strips with me. Enjoy your problem set and seesaw. Thanks, mathematicians. Take care. We'll talk soon.